Have you ever had that time when you know you have these notes to study, like this material is going to be on the exam in a few days, but you just never study the notes? And it's not like you're procrastinating, you just have other stuff to do. Yeah, that happened to me. And the worst part is the teacher sometimes has very high unrealistic expectations. Like, for instance, tell me why the day before the exam we were still taking notes. So if you're in a similar boat and you have to cram a whole bunch of information in a short period of time, luckily I have tips for you. Now, this disclaimer, this is a huge disclaimer. This is not a math final video. I'm not doing calculus. I'm not doing biostatistics. I'm not doing anything that's gonna stress me out. No, math is for machines. Step 1, create a study guide of your study guide. Now, if your teacher was merciful enough to give you a study guide, you're in good hands. If not, you're gonna have to start with creating a study guide first. Open Microsoft Word and you're gonna get your study guide. You're gonna retype the question, probably not word for word, but just a topic, and then have some space for the answer. Look through your notes and find that answer, type it in. All in Microsoft Word. Don't waste your time pulling out some pencil, paper, no. Just put it on Microsoft Word or something online and digital. Typing is a lot faster than writing, so just for this purpose. Because you're gonna fail if you don't do this. And then for the ones that you cannot answer, you don't have the notes to, or she really didn't teach it, just use the highlight tool or the bold tool and highlight that question and move on. Step 2, now you're going to make flashcards of the study guide So it's like paraphrasing 2 times. What you're gonna do is you can take that study guide and make flashcards of it. But before you even go to Quizlet.booboo.com, I want you guys to stop and think. Just think about Quizlet for a little bit, and then think about Quizlet going in the trash, because that's exactly what it is. Quizlet is cool and all, but there's a way better flashcard system than Quizlet. I like StudyBlue because it has this feature where you can type in a term, and then as soon as you type to write in the answer, there's a sidebar of suggestions from other people's decks. So if somebody writes down an elaborate description in the process of the impeachment of Bill Clinton, and all you got is Monica Lewinsky, you just gotta click on that flashcard and bam, it's a part of your deck. You don't have to copy the entire deck or anything. His or her brain is now your brain. Isn't that cool? After you create your flashcards, of course you're gonna have to study them. And I mean review like your heart is going to stop if you do not review. You have to keep reviewing this stuff. And then another cool thing about StudyBlue is you can have it test you on certain sets, like first 20 or a random 20 or all of them if you want, but that can be a little bit overwhelming. And then you also have the option to just let it quiz you on the ones that you miss a lot, or the ones that are new that you've barely even seen before. See how useful StudyBlue is over Quizlet? And then you can also add pictures. Quizlet, where are your pictures? Okay, Quizlet does have an audio feature, so if you're learning a new language, I would go to Quizlet instead of StudyBlue. After you've created the flashcards of the questions that you know the answer to, and you review them without eating, and then step 3, harass your teacher. You see all those questions that you have on your study guide that don't have answers to them? You need to get the answer to them. And who do you call? Your teacher, of course. You need to go up to your teacher's face and not go up to their face, that's kind of disrespectful. But you need to make sure before you leave the room, all those questions need to be answered. You have something that you just don't have the notes to. You don't remember that teacher, he or she, elaborating on this topic. All you gotta do, you better be up in their face like, excuse me, when did we go over this? Excuse me, ma'am, excuse me, when did you teach this? What's this? When did we learn this? Can you explain it to me? Can you explain it to me? You need to make sure all your questions are answered, because this is probably the last time you are going to see them face to face. And on the weekends, if you're studying on the weekends, they have the right not to answer you back. And I learned it the hard way. So you need to take this time, get your money's worth, and question your teachers. And if you're afraid, it looks like you're the only person that doesn't understand it or you're the only person asking questions, that's okay. You're gonna be the only one passing the test too. Step 4, final step. The day of the exam, you need to cram. Of course, review your study guides, all of them. Review your flashcards, all of them. But the day, like 30 minutes before the exam, you need to start cramming. Because we at this age, at this day and time, we know there are teachers that put stuff on the test that wasn't on the study guide. So how do you pass? You cram. You just have to hurry. You have to make sure your brain is a sponge. You have to absorb all the information that you can in that little amount of time. So these are the tips I used for my exam. I'm pretty sure I got a good grade on it. If I don't, then I probably didn't. Then she messed up. But anyways, I wish you guys the best on all your finals. I hope this is a really quick video because I have finals studying for myself. And if you have people that are still on the Quizlet bandwagon, please help them. Just share this video with them. Help them out because they're probably struggling. See you guys next week and thanks for watching. Bye. Clean up a little bit. Everybody tried to avoid the calf like the plague because it was dirty and I saw roaches and ants and flies. I saw a roach climb up the milk dispenser, so I was like, ooh, no, that's not, this is gross.